The match is over. The trophy has been lifted. The celebrations have finally come to an end. For millions of football fans around the world, that should be the signal to pack their bags, head to the airport, and begin the journey home. After weeks of unforgettable matches, dramatic upsets, and packed stadiums, the FIFA World Cup has officially written its final chapter. The champions have been crowned. The confetti has settled. The cameras are switching off. Everything suggests the story is over. But something unexpected is happening. Across stadiums, city streets, airports, and hotels, thousands of European supporters aren't rushing to leave America. Some delay their flights. Others squeeze in one last road trip before heading home. Many spend their final hours revisiting places they've already seen, taking one more walk through neighborhoods they've grown to love, or simply sitting quietly outside stadiums that have become the backdrop to memories they never expect to make. It is almost as if they aren't saying goodbye to a football tournament. They are saying goodbye to a country that has quietly changed their minds. And perhaps that's the biggest surprise of this entire World Cup. Long before the first ball is kicked, conversations across Europe aren't just about football. They are about America. For years, millions of Europeans have built their picture of the United States through television headlines, social media, documentaries, movies, and political debates. Depending on who you ask, America is described as loud, divided, unsafe, expensive, or simply somewhere they'd never consider living. Many believe they already understand the country without ever experiencing it for themselves. Then the World Cup brings them here. What they discover isn't a perfect country. No nation is. But it is a version of America they don't expect to find. A version that rarely makes international headlines. A version built not on politics or stereotypes, but on ordinary people, unexpected kindness, unforgettable experiences, and moments that slowly replace years of assumptions. The most fascinating part is that this change doesn't happen all at once. It isn't one spectacular event that transforms their opinions. It isn't one incredible match or one breathtaking stadium. Instead, it happens through dozens of small moments that, on their own, seem almost insignificant. A volunteer patiently helps lost supporters find the correct entrance. A stranger offers directions before anyone even asks. A family shares food with visiting fans outside the stadium. Police officers chat with tourists instead of intimidating them. Restaurant workers recommend local dishes as though they are welcoming old friends rather than serving customers. None of those moments makes international news on its own. Yet together, they paint a picture of America that many visitors admit they have never been shown before. Then comes a scene that perfectly captures everything this tournament has become. The final whistle echoes around the stadium. The players disappear into the tunnel. Stadium workers are beginning the enormous task of cleaning up after one of the biggest sporting events on Earth. Yet scattered across the stands, something remarkable is unfolding. Groups of European supporters quietly stay behind. Some pick up discarded cups and food wrappers. Others hug volunteers who have guided them throughout the tournament. A few simply stand in silence, taking one last look around the stadium before placing a hand over their heart in gratitude. Nobody asks them to do it. Nobody organizes it. There are no cameras directing the moment. It happens naturally. For many Americans watching, it is deeply emotional. These are supporters who have traveled thousands of miles expecting nothing more than a football tournament. Yet here they are, thanking an entire country in the simplest way they know how. The tournament has ended, but their appreciation hasn't. That moment says something words can't. Because just a few weeks earlier, many of those same supporters arrive carrying an entirely different picture of America. They expect tension. They expect distance. Some even expect to feel uncomfortable throughout their stay. Instead, they find themselves surrounded by people who genuinely want them to enjoy the experience. One Scottish supporter later recalls walking into a convenience store and watching police officers buy food for members of the public. It isn't something he expects to see, and he admits it completely challenges his assumptions. Another European visitor laughs while explaining that in America, complete strangers can become friends within minutes. All it takes is a simple compliment, a conversation about football, or a shared recommendation for somewhere to eat. Back home, those kinds of spontaneous interactions are far less common. Here, they seem almost effortless. Little by little, those experiences begin rewriting everything they think they know. For many European visitors, the biggest surprise isn't something they can photograph. It isn't the towering skyscrapers of New York, the beaches of Miami, or the giant stadiums that seem to stretch on forever. It is something far simpler. It is the people. Before arriving, many have imagined Americans as distant, overly loud, or too busy to notice strangers. Yet almost everywhere they travel, they encounter the opposite. Conversations start naturally. A simple question about directions often turns into a 5-minute conversation. Football fans wearing rival jerseys laugh together while waiting in line for food. Restaurant servers remember names after just one visit. Taxi drivers proudly recommend hidden local spots instead of simply driving passengers from one destination to another. Those aren't the dramatic moments that fill television broadcasts, but they become the stories supporters can't wait to tell once they return home. One German visitor admits that one of the things he admires most about American culture is how quickly people open up to strangers. He jokes that in America, all it takes is a compliment about someone's shirt before you're suddenly talking about concerts, sports, family, or weekend plans. Back home, he explains, conversations with strangers simply don't happen that easily. Another Scottish fan laughs after describing police officers paying for customers' food inside a convenience store. It isn't something he'd ever expect to witness, and it completely challenges the image of America he has carried with him before boarding the plane. Again and again, visitors find themselves saying the same thing. This isn't the America we were told about. Perhaps that's because most people don't experience a country through its headlines. They experience it through its ordinary people. News reports naturally focus on conflict because conflict attracts attention. But everyday kindness rarely becomes breaking news. No television station interrupts its programming to announce that a stranger helps a tourist find the correct train platform. Nobody writes headlines about a volunteer spending 20 minutes helping a lost family reach the right stadium entrance. Yet during the World Cup, those ordinary acts happen thousands of times every single day. Quietly, without cameras, they become the foundation of an unforgettable tournament. And nowhere is that more obvious than outside the stadiums themselves. European football has always been built around history. Many of its most famous stadiums sit inside neighborhoods that have grown around them for generations. Fans walk through narrow streets, stop at familiar pubs, and make the same journey their parents and grandparents once made. America approaches things differently. Here, the stadium is only one piece of a much larger experience. Hours before kickoff, enormous parking lots have already transformed into festivals. Music echoes across the air. Families grill food beside their vehicles. Children kick footballs between rows of parked cars while supporters from dozens of countries exchange scarves, flags, and stories. For many European visitors, it feels less like arriving at a football match and more like walking into a celebration that has been waiting for them all day. One supporter can't believe his eyes after discovering an entire pirate ship built into a stadium. Another laughs while saying he's only ever seen places like this in movies or video games. Suddenly, those scenes are real. What surprises many fans isn't simply the scale of everything. It is how welcoming it feels despite its size. Tens of thousands of people fill these enormous venues, yet volunteers always seem ready to answer questions. Security moves efficiently without creating unnecessary tension. Signs are clear. Transportation keeps flowing. Even after matches end, supporters find themselves guided patiently through crowds that could easily become overwhelming. It is a level of organization many admit they hadn't expected. That may sound like a small detail, but anyone who has attended a major sporting event knows just how important those moments become. A great match can quickly be overshadowed by hours spent lost in traffic, confused about transportation, or waiting endlessly to leave a stadium. Somehow, despite hosting millions of visitors across enormous distances, America manages to make much of that complexity almost invisible. The machinery behind the tournament keeps working quietly in the background while supporters focus on making memories. That's often the sign of great organization. You barely notice it because everything simply works. Of course, America has one enormous challenge that many previous World Cup hosts never face: distance. For Europeans, traveling between countries often means a short flight or a comfortable train ride. In just a few hours, someone can leave London, have lunch in Paris, and spend the evening walking through Amsterdam. America plays by completely different rules. Flying from New York to Los Angeles is like crossing an entire continent. Driving across Texas alone can feel like traveling through several European countries. Many visitors arrive expecting those distances to become one of the tournament's biggest problems. Instead, they become part of the adventure. Road trips that once seem intimidating become unforgettable experiences. Fans discover landscapes that change dramatically from one state to another. Bustling cities give way to open highways, mountains, deserts, forests, beaches, and small towns filled with local restaurants that never appear in tourist brochures. Each destination offers something completely different. Miami moves to the rhythm of Latin music and ocean breezes. Dallas welcomes supporters with Southern hospitality. Boston impresses visitors with its history and warmth. Arizona delivers breathtaking scenery, unlike anything many Europeans have ever experienced. Rather than feeling like one giant country, America reveals itself as dozens of different worlds connected by the same highways. And perhaps that is the biggest revelation of all. Before arriving, many supporters speak about America as though it is one single place with one single identity. After weeks of traveling across the country, they realize how impossible that idea really is.
Do you like maybe a lunch pail with Buc-ee's face on it? It would be my Valentine's sparkling hat. You could also buy your little nephew a baby outfit or a cowhide pillow. But they also, if you don't like the ribbon, they have a pink trucker hat because this is a trucker station, actually, after all. A Tennessee-shaped little wooden drawer, or maybe these signs that say, "Be our guest," or "God is good." And then they also have marshmallows.
So, how was your first day in the US?
I love it! Food is yummy and people are nice.
Did you hear that?
It's fireworks!
No, run!
235? It's amazing. It's awesome.
I'm British in the US and this is my first time going to a Buc-ee's.
Like, they just don't stop, though.
I'm genuinely so shocked by this place. They have a tortilla factory, for fuck's sake. All this beef jerky. I'm gonna go for this one, the jalapeno honey. Are you excited?
I'm always excited.
I'm excited.
Love the new TV, man. It looks really good.
Thanks, man, I know, but I still need to get the TV license.
What are you talking about?
Do you have to pay extra money just to be able to turn it on?
No, you're fine. Just watch whatever's on the telly now.
What, and you won't face prosecution?
Prosecution? What are you talking about?
In the UK, if you don't pay for the TV license, the cops can come to your house and take the TV as well.
That's absurd. I've never heard of that. You're fine, honestly.
Oh, amazing.
It low-key just dropped people off right there. I pray. Oh my gosh, guys, this is like a moment of truth. If it passes by me, I'm deadass gonna feel like a fucking idiot. Please don't, please don't, please stop, please stop, please stop, please stop, please stop. Yes, 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 yay, we made it! That was my bus stop.
Somebody's having a bad day.
So we're about to walk out of Buc-ee's. It has been an insane experience. I think she is a bit overwhelmed, but this store is amazing. If you're visiting the US for the first time, find a Buc-ee's near you. This place is incredible. They have everything, literally everything. So if you're looking for an experience, a true American experience, Buc-ee's is that experience. Cheers.
Alright, we're in a Buc-ee's. Look at this place. Holy crap, first time. This is insane. This is insane. It's an intense role that I'm about to take upon me. Are you joking?
Is it anything you dreamed of and more?
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor and pleasure to announce we got fresh brisket on the board. Fresh brisket on the board.
You did good, son. Your career is in your...
I know. I got a secure spot here at Buc-ee's. If they ever need me, they just need to call me up.
I saw the end of the world in the US, and it's called Buc-ee's. They say it's a gas station, but that's a lie. A gas station has a sad sandwich and a coffee machine that never works. This place has 120 pumps. 120. Why? Are you refueling the US Air Force? Are you preparing for an alien invasion? That's terrifying. And the mascot is a beaver in a baseball cap. I saw grown men taking photos with a statue of a rodent. In France, we have revolutions. In the US, you bow down to a squirrel on steroids. And inside, the aggression. A man with a knife screaming, fresh brisket on the board. Sir, calm down. I just want sparkling water. Don't kill me. But I have a problem. I wanted to hate it. I wanted to be the superior Frenchman snob. But then I ate the beaver nuggets. I don't know what is in them. I think it's sugar, butter, and pure methamphetamine. I ate one, then I had the whole bag in the parking lot like a wild animal. And the toilets, I have to admit it, but they are nicer than my apartment. You could eat the brisket.
Number 2 is that British people think Americans have so much freedom, but actually there's a lot of rules here, including things like HOA. If you leave your decorations up 2 days too late, HOA letter. If you've got something in your front yard that they don't like, HOA letter. Meanwhile, in the UK, your next door neighbour Dave leaves his broken washing machine outside his front yard for months. No one says anything. Where here, you'd be fined. And to add to that, you only have to look at the front yards and everything is absolutely spotless. Everything is very clean. I've never seen a cigarette butt. I've never seen trash on the floor. Another thing that isn't as normal to us Brits, but here in America it's so normal, is all the drive-thrus. I'm not gonna lie, I've become very reliant on drive-thrus now, and I always choose to go through a drive-thru rather than go inside. I think there's this misconception with America, and I'm definitely seeing it with the World Cup, how much people actually are really enjoying it and how much America has to offer. If you'd like to see more videos as a Brit living in America, let me know.
Today, we are going to discuss which state felt most magical.
Which state surprised us the most?
Which state feels the most American?
Things Americans don't even realise about their country.
Okay, which state felt most magical for you, James?
I'm going to have to say Arizona. Because that's where I was personally, that was where I was first introduced to America.
True.
And I'd only ever seen America in the movies and in the media. And the movies, yeah, they make it look wonderful, but the media in the UK, they make it look terrible.
Yep.
But when I first stepped foot on US soil in Arizona, everything was bigger, everybody was friendlier, everything just felt more energized.
You should have seen him. He was so hyped.
Ecstatic.
He was so happy and so hyped. He was like buzzing to get going.
Especially when we started walking around and everybody started speaking to me, and I was like, is this what Americans are actually like?
Yeah.
And that is what Americans are like. You have a heart-to-heart conversation with everybody you meet. They give you such energy. I just didn't realize that that's actually how it was. The land of opportunity, the land of energetic, supportive people. And in Arizona, we tried out a rodeo. We went to a cowboy shop in which we made a great friend called Gabe. He showed us around all of the cowboy stuff. He showed us all different cowboy boots. He dressed us up as cowboy and cowgirl.
Howdy.
And he showed us all the different materials that the cowboy boots were made out of. And he kept saying, don't worry, you don't need to buy anything. I just want to show you guys.
He looked like an actual cowboy himself.
Yeah, he did.
He was dressed so smartly. He had a cowboy hat on, the boots, everything.
He actually invited us to the rodeo that we went to later on in that day.
Yeah, he's the one that told us about the rodeo. And I think I got the video of him explaining to you that you can go to the rodeo. Oh, you should have seen James's face. I'll try and upload it here. He was like, no way.
I was buzzing. Like, the way he was explaining it. Oh, they feel so good. They feel so good. It instantly makes you want to get on a horse and shoot a gun.
Actually, that's a rodeo you could do. Not just shooting. So
you can go. Here you go. You can go.
But the truth is, people don't really, because America is painted in such a bad way most of the time. You don't really think about America in the way in which we saw it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like most people judge a book by its cover, don't they? It's dangerous.
Most British people go to the cities. They go to LA, they go to New York, they go to San Francisco.
Media portrays Americans as rude, lazy, all the above, and it's further from the truth. The amount of hospitality and kindness and care and pride Americans hold is truly like no other country I've been to. And to show you a perfect example of that, today is Flag Day, National.
This is my first time in the US during summer, and I'm thinking about all the videos I watched last year about like how British heat is worse than American heat and how British heat is hotter than American heat. I'm in the south of the US right now. What is it on my hair? I have never experienced humidity like this, and I grew up on an island by the coast of Africa. It's a tropical island by the coast of Africa. I understand humidity. I was born in humidity. The air here is thick. It's heavy. It's hot. It's sticky. Anyways, heat is heat. I regret to inform you guys, we also have a way of measuring real feel, accounting for things like humidity. Before, British people are like, yeah, but in Britain we have humidity. It is so hot. But I would much rather prefer spending my time in the US during summer than I would in Italy, though, because at least over here I don't have to smell BO. Like, that's nice. It's like revolutionary, honestly. The lack of BO makes summer better. If the discourse was about the enjoyment of heat, then I would have agreed. It's much more enjoyable to be hot here. But guys, British heat is not hotter than American heat. Like, what even is American heat? Are you talking about Arizona heat, Florida heat? Anyways.
You know, of the floor in the bathroom. It's cleaner than the hospital. So I have failed. I came to judge and I stayed for the snacks. I don't have the hat, but in my heart, I am wearing the hat. God bless the...
Right, we made it.
We are at Buc-ee's for the first time ever. Neither of us have ever been to Buc-ee's, but we've heard a ton about it.
A lot. Everyone was commenting it, and from friends and other people we heard about it, and we'll check it out right now. We'll see what this is all about, this myth of Buc-ee's, the peak American culture. Okay, first impression. Oh, whoa, cool. Look at this. An old Dodge. Nice. Do we have to get one of those Buc-ee's now? What is it? Is it like a beaver? Beaver? It's a beaver. Beaver. Biba. Oh, wow. Slush for 99 cents. Small. 99 cents. Large, $1.39.
Come with us as we explore Buc-ee's for the very first time.
Woohoo!
British people visit Buc-ee's for the first time.
What is this? Is this ice? Oh my word.
Please
That's amazing. We don't even have a freezer big enough at home for one of those.
Look at this. Mountain Dew slushy.
Oh my word.
I see, should I say.
Oh, look at that.
I am at Buc-ee's right now, and I just am looking for an explanation of what the hype is. Like, this is hell. Everyone's like, you gotta go to Buc-ee's. This is like a Cracker Barrel and a gas station vomited all over each other and then made the ugliest clothes.
The conversations had changed.
I'm actually horrified.
At the beginning of the
this
tournament,
is what
supporters spent
Europeans
most
and
of their
other people
time discussing predictions, lineups, and who might lift the trophy. By the end, many were talking about favorite cities, unforgettable meals, kind strangers, road trips they never planned to take, and friendships they never expected to make. Football had brought them across the Atlantic, but America had given them reasons to remember far more than the matches themselves. That's why leaving suddenly became so difficult. The airports filled with supporters wearing shirts from dozens of different nations, yet many shared the same feeling. Their phones were full of photographs, not just of stadiums, but of people they had met along the way. Their luggage carried souvenirs, but also memories that couldn't be packed into a suitcase. Somewhere between the opening ceremony and the final whistle, America had quietly become more than a destination. It had become part of their story. And perhaps that's the real legacy of this World Cup. Years from now, people will remember who won the trophy. They'll remember the goals, the celebrations, and the unforgettable moments on the pitch. But for thousands of European supporters, another memory may last even longer. They'll remember the volunteer who refused to let them get lost, the family who welcomed them to a tailgate, the stranger who became a friend over a conversation about football, the city they never expected to love, and the country they realized they had misunderstood for far too long. Maybe that's why so many fans found themselves lingering long after the confetti had fallen. They weren't trying to hold on to the tournament. They were trying to hold on to a feeling. Because sometimes the greatest victory isn't lifting a trophy. Sometimes it's leaving a place with a completely different view than the one you arrived with. If this story reminded you that travel has the power to change perspectives, then you're exactly where you belong. Here on Culture Cup, we go beyond the headlines to uncover the real stories behind cultures, countries, and the people who experience them. If you enjoyed this journey, subscribe and join us for more stories that prove the world is often very different from the one we're told about. Until next time, keep an open mind, keep exploring, and we'll see you in the next story.